Hey everyone, welcome to this week's video. I'm Connie from The Painted Photographer, and I'm here to bring you a thrift haul. And then one of the items I flipped right away. So I can't show you the before in here. One, it's too big. It's a dresser. I got it at a garage sale for 10 bucks. And it's solid wood. It's amazing. And I'm gonna make that over right here on this video. I also released my rice paper. So if you haven't seen my summer rice papers, go and check that out. All of those items I did with rice paper, and there's more. There's so many more. They're so good. You can find them at thepaintedphotographer.com. We're gonna get into the thrift haul. I have two kettles. And this one was 98 cents, and this one was, I don't know. It was in here, so maybe it was the both of them for 98 cents. So it's got the handle. What I seen was an IOD transfer on here, and then put a plant in it. And they are just really, they're cool. The lavender one that I had last week, I actually put my fuchsia plant in it. And the minute my husband got home, he goes, "What's different with that plant? Did you like paint the pot or what?" So he noticed. So put your plants in something pretty, they notice. This one's kind of weird. It is a swan. It's a soap dish swan. It was 49 cents. It's plastic. But what I want to do with it, it looks like it's like milk glass. I want to salt wash this and give it like a concrete finish, a whitish concrete finish. And then, I don't know, he can hold whatever. He doesn't have to hold soap, but I just thought swans are in. So I thought he was pretty. Next up, I have two containers of buttons. These containers, these glass jars of buttons, I pick them up whenever I see them. 99 cents for this one and $1.99 for this one. Two solid jars of buttons. I need to start putting them into pretty jars and then putting them on the site. So maybe I'll do that. Check the site to see because I can't keep them all. See if I got rid of some buttons. They might be on the site. A pretty jar. These are not pretty. A pretty jar with some buttons in them. Remember these? They used to have the fruit on the table. You don't have to hold fruit in them. 47 cents for this one. It's solid wood. It's got that nice pedestal on it. This in milk paint. Chippy goodness. So for 67 cents, I just couldn't pass it up. This black, dark brown, I'm not really sure what color it is $1.97. It's terracotta-y. It's stoneware, obviously, some kind of stoneware, and it's beautiful. Putting a transfer on here, and then I'll list it on my website. So if you would like a really, really pretty black teapot, check the website. Oh, did I tell you? $1.97. I went into the craft section today. I don't normally go down there. 79 cents for this brown, it's really textury string. But it was in one of those cardboard cylinders, which they make such cute displays. I can just see this in the fall time, and I'll put that on my website because someone really needs to use that in their display for the fall. I mean, it looks good. And I picked this up, put it down, picked it up, put it down. It had some letters on it. There was no inserts that could go in there except for what was in there. So I even had to go and find an ink pad and stamp it. It says Donna. Lay it down, and it has so much good old texture to it. I couldn't resist. It was 57 cents. Would you have bought that? I'll list it on my website. Textured wallpaper. I knew I would find it one day at the thrift store. This is just a border texture. It works so well with the jelly plate. I'm a retailer for jelly plates right now, and I include textured wallpaper in my back porch collection. You can get my back porch collection, which is a collection of mixed media stuff. And whenever I find something, I'm always thinking of the back porch collection. So there will be some of this textured wallpaper. I think it goes this way. This textured wallpaper in a back porch collection. It was $1.99. The next thing is really big. For $10.99, I got this table. It has a glass top that is solid wood under there. I checked it. It's sturdy. It has these fun legs. It has the center with the little spindle right there. There is a crack over here on this leg. That's okay. Look at the feet. Oh, they're so good. What do you think? $10.99? Is that a steal? I love it. It's a really good deal. And the project that you're gonna see me use today is also a really good steal. So 10 bucks at a garage sale, and it looks like it does. You can do that too. I created this video. If you are using milk paint, this is an easy step-by-step video on how to use milk paint. Sometimes I skip all around so people can't follow it very well. Once I start, it's going to be about using the milk paint and finishing the project all in one. So if I have anybody who asks about milk paint process, I can steer them right to this video. If you have anybody who asks milk paint questions, point them right to this video. Besides this intro part, they'll have just the video. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you at the end. This is our really big project for today. I got this dresser for 10 bucks at a garage sale. It was my sister's garage sale, and it didn't sell, and I said, I'll take that for 10 bucks. So the woods are all different colors, if you will. And so I sanded some of them down. Some of them are already sanded down. The stain was taking too much to come off of there. Some of the drawers were loose and not stained together, so I clamped them with wood glue. And I did all the prep work on this. That top, you can see that this dresser did need a makeover. If you don't like people painting wood, it definitely needed a makeover. I am using the Sweet Pickins beeswax bar. This is the first time I'm using this product, and I have to say that I'm pretty hooked. It comes in a cardboard sleeve, and then it comes in a plastic bag to protect it. It's the sweetest little thing with the bees and the honeycomb on it. So you take it out of the plastic bag. It's very, very soft. I thought it would be like a candle. It is not like a candle, guys. Not at all. So it is definitely worth purchasing because this is going to last a lifetime. What I did is I just took the beeswax bar and I put it around the edges. I didn't know how this was going to work, so I was a little cautious of going around the edges. Now, after I've used it, I wouldn't be as cautious to go around the edges, but this is what's going to bring some of that wood back, and it's not going to be so hard to get the paint off. Next, we're using Haberdash it's kind of a grayish color in the Sweet Pickins milk paint. It's 1 part milk paint to 1 part water. Mix it up until it's very smooth, and then let it sit for about 10 minutes before you use it, just to let everything kind of all melt together and get a little bit on the thicker side. When you use milk paint, don't worry about that first coat. It's going to go on and it's going to be pretty splotchy. That's totally normal. Just go over the entire surface of the item that you're painting and then let that dry and come back with a second coat. Usually you only need two coats with milk paint. Sometimes, depending on the color that you're using and the surface underneath it, you might need a third coat. I'm going to use that beeswax bar on the base of the dresser and just go over all the raised edges, and so that milk paint will come off a lot easier when I'm ready to sand it down and bring back some of that natural distress. Here's the second coat of the milk paint, and you can see how much the second coat just covers that right up. So I wanted to let you know that you don't have to worry about that first coat, because you can see that first coat is a bit on the streaky side, and now the second coat covers everything right up, and we're not getting any cracking or crazing on this milk paint, which I didn't think that we would, because we're going on to such porous wood that it's just sucking right in. And here's the second coat on the drawers. Same thing. It just covers beautifully. This color, this haberdash color, is like, it looks very gray, but it's not as gray as you think. Now we're going to take that 120 grit sandpaper and look at how easily that comes off. It's like it barely takes any effort whatsoever to get it off where that beeswax bar was. And I'm sold. I am definitely sold with this beeswax bar. It worked like a dream. I loved every minute of using it, and it didn't take much effort on that sanding to bring that back.
Do you ever feel you don't get out what you're putting in? All your hopes and efforts are all in vain. Who will pick you up when you've lost everything?
This is the Sweet Pickins Dark Oil Wax. I love this stuff. I put it into a container and I make sure that I shake it very, very well. It needs to be shaken. And then just go with a chippy brush. And I've been saving this chippy brush. I've not been throwing it away. So you can save your brushes in between your projects. And it's eventually you're going to have to get rid of it. But it's been working for me to just save it. And after, you can let it sit for a little bit if you want. I just did one drawer at a time and then wiped it off. Look at this difference that the oil wax brings. Just brings out so much more depth into your project. And it also makes that gray a little bit more gray. And actually kind of a brownish gray, which I absolutely loved this color. It was a very nice surprise. And I'm going to wipe that back. And I wear gloves. I don't want my hands all yucky, full of oil wax. So I wear gloves. You wouldn't have to, but it's just nice to not get your hands all gunky.
For granted with a wedding ring. Oh, there must be more. There must be another way. There must be conscious. Different things in different ways. There must be love. There must be a reason. And a little bit of faith has got to come my way.
For the back side of the dresser, I like to make my pieces, my larger pieces, just a little bit more finished. So I took the DIY dark wax and I just applied the dark wax right onto that porous wood. And it's going to make this just a little bit cleaner, a little bit more finished, and bring some nice character to it. You just go over it with the brush with the dark wax, and then you come back in with I use a shop towel, and I come back in and I buff off the excess wax, let that dry for 24 hours, and then come back and buff it.
Ooh, happiness requires work every day. Oh, and if that someone makes you smile and leaves you with a scar, don't let them tell you what you feel or who you are.
For the top, I wanted a little bit extra protection. I'm using the DIY paintbrush in the smoothie, and I'm going to use the DIY's Dark and Decrepit. This top, I sanded everything down. I stripped it, I sanded it, I stripped it, I sanded it. It was quite the project to get all that yucky old stain off of it. And you can see that the top of the dresser has got some different wood tones to it. That's going to happen when you're working with something that had been stained previously. For the Dark and Decrepit, I like to water my wood down and mist it so that it has a little bit of give to it instead of being quite so tacky. And so I go over the entire thing with the Dark and Decrepit. And then the very last step, I make sure that I go straight across the entire project the same way every single time, and giving it that smooth surface. And then you let that dry. After it had dried, it's got a nice finish on it. This is the double protectant. I like to do this when I'm using Dark and Decrepit and raw wood, is go over it with the DIY's dark wax and just give it a really nice final darkening final finish. This is beautiful. It does have the different tones in the wood, but you're going to have that when you're talking an old piece of furniture.
There must be a reason, and a little bit of faith has got to come.
The dresser is going to go into the store that I'm at and just be used to display items. And so this unit I've had since we sold our cottage, and it was up there. It's been in my garage, and I decided, let's take care of this. Let's do something with this and use it for display up at the store. So I went in with the white linen in cottage colors. This is a perfect fit when you're doing something that's going to have some high traffic. I was having some issues with bleed through, so I came back with my Salvation solution for the outside of these cabinets. The inside, the cottage colors, no matter how many times you put paint over the top of bleed through, it's not going to cover up. I used the beeswax bar again on the outside of this cabinet just to bring some of that wood detail back when I went to sand it.
I gave it all to you for too
For the dresser, I wanted to put some locks over top of the locking the key area. So I went with the Amazing resin. This is a 10-minute to dry. They have little measuring lines onto your cups. You make sure that you do equal parts. Dump them into another container, stir them. They're going to be cloudy, then it's going to get clear, and then you wait for the container to get a little bit on the warm side. And then you pour it into your mold and let that sit for 10 minutes. when you pull them out, they're going to be a little bit bendy. And I like to pull them out when they're a tiny bit bendy, just in case there's any excess resin that I have to get out. And in this case, there was excess resin inside the little lock. So I pushed that through and pulled that out, and now I lay them flat to completely dry. When you're using the cup, just let that dry, and then you can just peel it right out of there. We're going to take these locks and we're going to paint them black, just so that it has a nice base to it, a nice deep colored base. We're going to paint them in the DIY's black velvet, and then we're going to go over them with the milk paint in the haberdash and make them match the dresser. If I would have put these on, glued these on before I painted the dresser, I could have went right over them, but I wasn't thinking about that at that time. So I went over them with the dark oil wax as well to give them the same finish. I did one knob for the cabinets that are sitting above the dresser, and I just got all of them the same finish. So this cabinet also got some oil wax, which this is my favorite.
Never knew that it could feel this way when you lie next to someone. You don't even need to play pretend, 'cause you find the way you are. I wanna know you better, give me every detail. I won't judge you, as you know. I could stay forever when you're lying in my arms.
This cabinet dresser combo was very large. It's been raining nonstop here, so I couldn't take it outside to film it, so I did the best that I could. This is what the display will look like at the gift shop until someone purchases either one of these projects.
So just stay for a little while. So just stay for a little while.
I didn't think that I would find that someone who's as honest as you are.
Now for just that, doing that swan in that plastic, I just wanted to try this, and I thought, let's just do a quick little video for you guys using something plastic. So I have the salt wash that I do sell on my website. It gives your paint a nice texture to it, and I used Salty Kiss and a little bit of black velvet over the top to give it kind of a concrete-y look.
And it's cold outside, but you make it alright. I wanna know you better. Give me every detail. I won't judge you, as you know. I could stay forever when I'm lying in your arms. Oh.
After that was completely dry, I have some antique ironstone milk paint from the Bespoke collection from Sweet Pickins, and 1 part water, 1 part paint, and mix it up. After it sits for about 10 minutes, you can come in and go right over the top. Remember, this is plastic, and I did seal my salt wash in, so it's got a coat of Big Top on it, just because I didn't want that salt wash to come off either. Some areas it did. You can see the white plastic underneath. I should have used Salvation Solution. That would have taken care of that problem, but I didn't. So learn from my mistakes. Just make sure that you use Salvation Solution when you're working with plastic. You want to get all of those flakings off so that it doesn't fall off when someone purchases your item. I went back over top of it with the DIY clear wax. If you want to stop the chipping process from happening, make sure you use a wax and not a water-based product, because a water-based product will continue to have it chip. So I put the clear wax on it, And then I went in with the DIY dark dust and added that for a little bit of depth into this swan. He turned out so sweet. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Just stay for a little while. So long when you go, and I can't get enough of you. So can't you stay a little while? I don't want you to leave, so stay with me. Stay for a little while.
Stay for a little while. My heart is open. It just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while.
You fix what's broken when you make that smile. So just stay for a little while.
My heart is open. It just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while. You fix what's broken when you make that smile. Stay for a little while.
I hope you enjoyed this video, learning how to use the milk paint by Sweet Pickins. It is really fun. I am loving it, especially on furniture. And I think that other side table that I got, I'm gonna be doing milk paint on there as well. So I taught you how, and don't be afraid. Don't be scared of it. Using this beeswax bar was a lifesaver. It is such a lifesaver. So if you didn't grab yourself one of these, head on over to the website, grab yourself one of these and a few new colors of milk paint because they're that good. Now, what color do I paint that table that I just got? It's kind of an aqua color now. Let me know in the comments. What color do you think I should paint that table? Black? White with that aqua color coming through? That might be pretty. That might be very pretty. I don't have to worry about bleed through. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. I hit 15,000 and now I'm like 15,200. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, happy painting.
She's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck, but she lets me pick her up when we're going dancing. My heart starts beating when my headlights shining on her. She's my country girl. I couldn't tell you what she's doing with me. She's so damn out of my league. She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun comes up. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. She can let her hair down, but got her feet on the ground. I can't get enough of her. She can drive me so wild, just with that sweet smile, and there's nobody else for me. My heart starts racing every time I'm looking at her. She's my country